Hello everybody, welcome back to the pYanodons playthrough. Oh my gosh, the last couple episodes and days of recording and editing have been kicking my butt. And this has been bugging me, as you could see. I need to get the casting going. And I gotta just get it in. So again, a disclaimer, these are all rough drafts right now until I can get the relationships of things, and I've already got ideas for, getting these things better, doing better builds in the future. And since we don't have all the tech unlocked, it's tricky. So once you get to that point where, okay, I got all the tech unlocked, now I can see where I'm at. We have these big chonky builds, and the end of them, are going to be retrofitted with better, the extra productivity with processing, which is what we're doing now. First, we started just, smelting ore out of the ground, and it was really bad. It's 8 ore to 1 plate. Now, we're getting 1 red belt is, a huge amount of stuff, right? 1 red belt of ore. So eventually we're going to get even better, 2 more stages better. So, that being said, holy cow, I need to get this going as my frame rate drops. So off screen, I did a thing, and this is, again, rough draft. I'm seeing things. I tied in, this is kind of crazy too. So I kind of thought about it, and as I'm rerouting the sand. So I'm taking the stone and the gravel and crushing it to sand, and then we're using that in the sand casting. This is something I saw a long time ago, but because I was already, building satellite units, basically, I'm bringing in the hot air, I'm bringing in the borax and the fuel and everything to all these different spots, right? And now I'm trying to kind of compress it and get the builds that are kind of together, that make sense to be together, and do a one-stop delivery. Now, there is an issue with that where you need to deliver a lot more to a bigger build, obviously, than a smaller build. So, for example, here, this is the casting for steel, copper, iron sticks. I think it's iron sticks. So copper cable, yes. And then we've got the copper plate and all this. And what's going to happen here is we're going to have a lot of trains coming here. A lot. We're going to have steel trains, iron plate trains, iron stick, copper cable. So now we have to start thinking about train traffic and queues. So I'm right here below the yard. Now this yard probably shouldn't be here, so I'm most likely going to move this thing. Or the tough part is I don't want to make the map bigger. So once we unlock the next tech, then I'm going to start thinking about, the next phase here. So what are we going to unlock? What are we going to get? If we get the next phases of iron and copper and all these other things, then I'll start to consider reworking these things. But I want to get the new tech in place so that we can start running the research again. That's the whole point of this. And I need to get this in my head and learn it, troubleshoot it, get the relationships down. I'm having a blast too with it. So, one thing that I noticed is that here I got the steel way over here, right? And the only recipe is to cast the steel ingots, and then also it's used in the stainless. Now, steel is we use the steel quite a bit now, in all kinds of things, especially building. But that's not something we're working towards. We're working towards the science. Well, instead of training the steel here, or the molten steel, it would make sense to leave it up here and then have it, train whatever I need over to this area. Well, guess what? That got me thinking again. Well, we're also casting stainless steel. We're also going to cast super steel and all that. So it makes sense to have all the iron and steel in one block and do the casting. And here's the other thing that I noticed. And this is what I've been trying to do. All the stone and the gravel and the sand that we're getting out of these builds, it makes sense to keep it all within and not train that around. Consume it into the casting. So iron to steel. Now iron is a wild card. Now we'll need an iron build for the base and for everything, because iron is used everywhere, right? But when it comes to the steel and the stainless steel, super steel, those builds are going to be together. We're going to bring iron ore in, however we do that. And we would do the plants, and then you do the casting on site. But all that sand we're pulling out and gravel, we crush that on site, and then we do the casting on site for steel, stainless steel, and super steel. So those seem to marry well together. So the way I have it here is nice because I'm borrowing the iron processing, materials for the steel. Well, in the future build, I'm going to break the iron out. We're going to do a separate iron build for molten iron, and then we have to train that because we're going to need it for all these other things. So molten iron is used in multiple things. And that's the other kind of tricky part, is what is used where, what molten is used with what thing. And I think, so here's nickel. For example, these two right here. Yeah. So this is molten iron for the iron niobium. And now this one is the ferrochrome, right? Yeah. This is using iron and chromium. So having a molten iron build, and what you want to do is have these particular things together, and then you want to capture the sand and gravel, or stone, gravel, and then even sand, because I guess we get sand out of some of the stuff too. But you will crush all that down and you recycle it through the system. Now the question is, are we going to get more sand or less? And that's something I don't know. That's a variable. There's so many moving parts here, and am I going to have a deficit, or a positive or negative? My assumption is going to be negative. So each site is going to have its own sand casting within. So the sand I have funneling here now. All right, let's go over this here real quick. So I went and belted all this crap, and it took me a while to get the best way. At first, I was going in between, and yeah, it was tough because I got a signal here, so I only got 3 tiles, and otherwise I'd have to use undergrounds to get around here. But the problem was the splitter and the underground hood, because you have 1, 2, 3 tiles basically, 1, 2, 3, and it didn't work over here being close. So I bumped out the belt here. So what's going on is I've got the iron. Now the iron there's no casting going, there's no sand requirement for iron. So I'm pulling it out of here. I got to rework this here. I'm going to, I haven't gotten to it yet. So I had to do some jogging to get around signals because I didn't want to go all the way over here and then down and over. So I just went through the intersection. Kind of fun. Now, here's a joiner, right? So I'm doing the on-site stuff here, and I figure that it's better to maybe do it off the build, but I'm still on the fence about this. So I'm going to keep it the way it is because it's kind of messy. So I might take these. I'm thinking of pulling all the material out, whether it's gravel, sand, or stone. And then in this area on the other side here, I'll crush it into sand and then send it down. But right now, I'm just doing the crushing on site, jaw crushing. So I've got a return here, and it's all sand. And that's why I don't, that's the consideration, is I want the sand. I don't have to worry about anything but sand on the return belt. Now, the other thing I have to monitor is, do I need a red belt here? Is there going to be a lot of, production here, So this one goes all the way down. So we'll cover this one first, the return belt. So it goes to this case here. And then this case, as you can see, I've got a stack inserter on this. And that's because it would double side the belt. And over here is the advanced casting. You wouldn't recognize it if I didn't tell you. Haha. I rebuilt it, and it's really nice and clean. I put the pure sand over here. So I was going to do pure sand, remember? But then I thought, well, wait a minute. I need casting and advanced casting in one area because the copper cable, tin cable, all that stuff, you need to do advanced and regular. So it varies, right? So I have here some combinators to shut the sand off. I decided that not much sand comes out of this process, so I wanted to just feed it back into the system like I was before. Now, the problem is, it doesn't matter if you use a mini loader or an inserter, the damn things will pull from the interior of the belt. As you can see here, I I have one side of the belt being populated here. So, and it works fine. I tested it out. So if the sand is on the inside of the belt, the inserters will grab from there. And guess what? This stupid inserter is putting on the outside of the belt. So if I have it double-sided, guess what happens? This sand doesn't get consumed, and it backs up the system. So I had to do a one-sided belt. Now I could fix it, you know, by doing a mini loader here and then forcing it to be on the inside of the belt. Or I could switch the behavior of the inserter somehow, you know, by doing it a different direction. I could go out here, and then it would probably shift the side. You know, it depends on what side you put it on, is what it comes down to. But anyway, it's all one-sided anyway, so it works. So the return belt comes in, and again, you know, I'm feeding the advanced casting this way. Now, this is the return belt. So this belt is a supplement. And I don't know if I need a yellow or a red on this, but I went with red because I don't want it to jam up. But I think yellow is fine, probably. So this is the return belt here. So unfortunately, I have to have a collection. And based on how I'm building it right now, this is why I'm saying this is a rough draft. I'm learning, you know, some relationships here. I want all of this together. So once we unlock all the tech, and that's going to be a long time from now, but so maybe I'll rebuild it after the next tech. And then we can have then we just got one more phase. I'll leave a bunch of room in between and then do the casting at the end of the process. So we pull everything into the front and we supplement it and we do our casting at the end. And so we do regular casting and advanced casting together. We have a separate build for each particular block of stuff. So this is the tricky part here. Now, so this is the return belt right here. And kind of go underground there. So we have a feed here and a feed here. So that will take care of it. Now, I did leave this in, I think, here. Oh yeah, here's this is inline, kinda. Well, I'm going over. So I think this is a sand return. Yeah, way over here. So, you know, these builds are huge. You have to use belt. There's no way around it. And my main thing is I'd rather use a belt than a train. So a long belt with less train traffic, that's a win for me, especially at this stage of the game. Less trains is good. Belt is basically a train, you know, or a train is a belt with a higher capacity, but we have long distances to travel. So this is actually a short distance train right now. So anyway, so this is a feed here. I got to feed this one and this machine here and this machine here. Right here, yeah. So this is a feed, and I could take the sand and load it to here as well, but I figure, well, let me just do a collection, you know, and be done with it, because I don't want things backing up. So this whole belt could probably be shortened up to right here, and then this could. But now, see, I have this anyway, so I'm like, well, I might as well just belt it all to one spot. And the other thing is I want the sand to be consumed by the casting more than trying to manage it on the site. That's the whole point, is I want these two to consume any additional sand. So now, let's go through this mess here, and I might as well flow. Let's go ahead and flow these. Whoops, I missed. Because I think I'm ready to do that. I'm using yellow belt going down. That's going to consume a lot of sand. Oh my god. So the sand count right now is 5,500. It's been going down. And there's been a train coming over here, pulling my copper. I don't know who's taking it. It could be beryllium. So for some reason, a train is coming here instead. And I'm like, no, don't come here yet. You can't change it, you know. So anyway, yeah, so I want to keep an eye on this. 4,800 already. Look at that. Now, I do have, this stop is calling a train, just in case, which is another reason why you want to have a collection point. So I'm calling enough sand to keep this whole thing running. I could call more, and then, so if it drops, like again, my assumption is that this is going to drop, and I'm going to have to call sand trains, and the sand stacks better. The other thing, too, is it's going to simplify the TSM pickups. So instead of picking up gravel, stone, gravel, and sand from all these places, the TSM traffic is going to go down, right? Now, I'm still going to have a trash collection area because we get a lot of weird things, you know. So that'll be a thing too. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Oh, and I know I want to work on nickel today because we got to get that going. Okay, so this is the loader, or the unloader here. We're going to have iron, or steel coming in, hot air, copper, and iron. And yes, we're doing casting of copper cable on site here. Now, because we have the Molten on the network, when it comes to small parts, currently, I have to bring the Moltens there and hot air and advanced casting. So I'm going to leave that casting thing up north where I have it for those builds that just need to, that I'm going to have separate. So it'll be a small parts casting. I think I'm gonna cast the rods and the cable on site and the bolts together. So I'll bring in molten iron, copper, hot air, and the advanced mold, or the advanced casting. And then I'm going to do the small parts on site. Now that may move somewhere, I don't know. I may just rebuild that somewhere, kind of different. So we'll see about that. What I'm doing here is I'm trying to plan for the future. And I've got a dual loading thing here. I had fun doing this. It was kind of cool. I'm like, why am I doing one? Why not just do two? And I have them mirrored here. So I've got the hot air, and then I'm bringing the molten steel straight in here. And then I'm feeding the top one here. So what I'm trying to do is get a huge surge of, just go and cast the crap out of this stuff, right? Same thing with iron here. Nothing new. Now, the wild card was borax. And I'm like, oh, frick, I forgot it, right? I didn't forget it. I knew it was there, but when I started to build, I'm like, oh, I forgot borax. Well, it worked out fine because the iron needs borax, and it's just back one tile. So I went over and in, and we're good. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we're fine there. I could pop in and go, do some different stuff, but this looks fine. I think it looks cool. All right, now we got the rods with the advanced casting, and I have to bring borax in here. So I have it coming through, splitting, going up, and this is where it could be a problem. But I have more options for belts for borax, and I still have the uncapped train, and that's a good thing because I could cram trains into this. And so what I've got for rail here is this is the service lane for the Moltens, and this is the exit lane for the pickups, right? Now, so I'm going to be coming in. Moltens are, oh, you know what? I think I forgot. Oh, I wanted to do something different. Oh, I think what I'm gonna redo this rail because I see this. I may have screwed it up. I wanted to have buffer lanes for each one of these, like a queue, so you could have a bunch of. That's why I'm building it here now because I want to troubleshoot it, test it out, and I'm only doing these for now. And then I'm gonna pull up the kind of disable the other builds, but I'm gonna leave them in just in case because I got to test this out. But for throughput, I'm gonna be working on the rail. This is just a let's get it up and running kind of thing. But I'm going to need queues for copper and all that because, iron plate can have up to 3 trains, sometimes 4. Rarely, I've seen 3, and then copper plate 2, 3, So you got to have a place for the trains to kind of hold and wait. Now, the other thing is I can punch this down anywhere and feed another build, So, and that's what I want. I want repeatable, punch-downable builds, right? And I'm not about blueprints, but I'm not afraid to rebuild stuff either. So, I'm not afraid to copy and paste something to get something up and running, but I also don't want to rely on blueprints, I've got iron here, the rods, here's the advanced casting, copper plate, regular casting, and copper cable. Now, the next thing is tin cable, and that's over here, and I so want to get tin cable going up. Now, we have tin. And I'd like to get these 2 done here. So this is kind of, okay, this is just straight up molten tin, but we need copper, molten, and we have it here. So what I'm concerned about is train traffic again. But like I said, I've got a lot of room down here to, do like a input queue to keep the trains flowing. I can do all kinds of stuff. I can do 4-lane. I consider doing a 4-lane intersection in, so 2 lanes in, 2 lanes out. That would work. I would like that, and we have plenty of space for queues. So I'm thinking about putting a molten tin here, And then I've got the copper here, and then I can do the tinned cable. Now, the other thing is I have to go around all these builds and change these things out. Ugh! A mechanical parts 02 will be a nice one to have, though. Okay, so let's get these trains flowing in here. There we go. We got the steel, baby. I'll run the borax after these all come here. I want to make sure that everything is... And also, I want to... When these are buffering up, I want to see how the other builds are going to work. There we go. Iron. Boom. Copper, baby. So you can see that this has a... this is like a service lane for that. I might be okay, but it's too much of a lane there. Look at that. We got steel, baby. Heck yeah. 14,000. This is gonna crank, man. Whoops, what is this? This is 64, but it's a 4-second craft, so 16 a second. But because it jams the input, I had to do 2 red belts. That's one thing I've known for a while. There we go. Cooking along. Now, we're gonna start getting some sand coming back here. Oh, it's down to 2,500. There we go. Here we go, borax, baby. Ah, wrong way. I knew it. Iron plate. Oh, iron rods over here is having a problem. What's going on with you? Oh, inserter. There we go. Look at that. Oh, wow. Look at this. We've got steel, iron plate, iron rods, copper plate, and finally copper cable on the network. This is a good day. I think I got... Oh, I got to put some LTN commuters in for the pickups. Now, now with all this spin up here, it's not... I'm not going to be able to handle bringing all the Moltens in. I could increase the threshold, but a lot of this stuff is sporadic. You know, like, oh, copper cable hit, and it'll take a while before another train comes. So with all these on, it's just not feasible, you know. Holy crap, look at this. The steel's been busy. Oh, yeah. It's already full, cool. Okay, that's done now. 75. 5,600. Steel is really slow to be, you know, and that's usually how it is. Oh my god, this thing is freaking hauling. Because it's 125. Oh! Do I need a third one on this? I don't think I do. No, it's going, see? Yeah, 2 red belts. Boom, done. And then copper plate. Wow! And this should be 75 as well. Yeah, 75. The copper cable is 69 over a 4-second period. And it stacks to 200, so I might have to... well, I definitely want a lot of copper cable flying out of here, you know? Oh, this is awesome. Oh my god. And look, we got a wax train coming. Oh no, that's coke. So this one I rebuilt. I haven't covered it yet, but I went off the case here for the silicon. And for some reason, I don't know why, but it's overbuilt. Helmod tends to do that. I don't know why. It wasn't factoring in the stone here or anything like that. I don't think. Maybe it was thinking I needed more of these to supply the sand. I don't know, the pure sand. This is where I'm running pretty good. All right, 1,500. So the sand is... Oh, yeah, here we go. So here comes the sand. That's another thing I gotta watch here, because now we're on full run here. What the heck's going on here? 37,000, and it's run a couple times. The steel... Something's up with steel here. I don't know what's going on. I'll have to run over here and see what's going on. Okay, I thought this might be a problem, and I had it in the back of my mind, but I thought, it shouldn't be a problem. Oh, it is. So the stage 2 here will fill the pipes up. And the stage 6 kicks it out. So we need to supplement the stage 3 with the stage 2 if there's not enough from the stage 6 kick out. So that is what did that. And I'm going to have to fix it on here too. So let me see where it is. Here it is, right here. So right here, this could be... Yeah, that's probably doing it right there. I'll show you how I fix it. So you put it... This is a if lower than 80, if it's under. And let's check out the 6 over here. Yeah, oh wait, let's see. Okay, this is fine. Hasn't hit yet. So the level 2 hasn't hit on this one, and we're good there. So yeah, that's a instance. I'm surprised it didn't happen on the iron. That is very weird. So there we go. We're back. Well, that's all she wrote. So I'll keep an eye on this thing and, you know, modify however I see fit. I think that we're good. I'm really happy with this. This is so fun. 3,400. Ooh, I don't know if a train came, though. That's one thing you never know if a train comes. All right, I'm going to get on the... Oh, yeah, so I'll do the tin one. I'll show that when I get the nickel going, because I got to build it yet. All right, folks. Ready to fire up the nickel. I got the whale all set up. Let's send him on his merry way. So I'm going to... Yeah, I'll send him to the food. Let's see, yeah. Store food. So yeah, it's good to... I like having the food first, because when I set the whale up, then I just send it to the food. It goes to fill. Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, I like this. It's a good standard here. So I cut the belt because I don't want to run it yet. This, so these are a lot of repetitive stuff here. There is, nickel is simpler than any other, but there are some quirks, of course. I've got sand coming from here, further down. And what I did is I did a pass through. I'm going underground to the, undergrounding these to keep it tight, you know. I don't, you know, going around seems silly to me. Now this one kicks out gravel, this process here. So I'm crushing it into sand and I'm combining it right here. And then stone comes out of here, crushing it into gravel, sending it back to the gravel one, and then putting it on the same belt. Efficiency! I like it. Okay, now this is a very weird one. It kicks out these rejects, and it seems like it's a consistent reject grade 2 kick out. This one machine can handle it all, I guess. I hope that Hellmod's not lying to me. And then we take the grade 2 here and crush it into grade 1 in sand, right? So that's where the sand can... I'm sending it around this way because it's got to go backwards. So here's the sand thing. Boom, goes that way. And then this, I had to underground it, and I'm combining it with this one because it's grade 1 as well. So I have to go backwards, and then I'm backloading onto this belt, but side loading here. The back of the belt takes precedence over these here. At least, yeah, because these are on the outside of the belt here. So hopefully this will work. If I have to, I'll rework it. I could always go back to here, or I can stop the belts with circuit network wire. And if there's a backup anywhere here, then it stops the belts. So it'll be a hold on the one and a sense on the other. So or sense and hold, and then if 0, enable. All right, carrying on here. Oh, let's start these going. We got all these chemicals. Blip, blop. I accidentally set a combinator up, and I had some stuff shipping. So I got sulfuric acid, glycerol, methanol, and xylenol. That seems to be, you know, the standard here that we're going to be looking at. Okay, salt. Lots of salt. It's only one machine. Oh, and we need limestone. Now, I'm already sending limestone to another build. Oh, and I forgot to mention that I am... Oh, where are you? Here. Okay, right here. Soil. So I'm picking up the soil here, uncapped train, just bring it. And it's getting consumed first by the Reyna, and I'm sending it up to both iron and steel. The steel build that's using iron. And over here, I have to find the trash area. And I got 76,000 soil in here. I am assuming this will it'll get consumed faster than this area will get it. Oh, one thing I gotta do, well, I can move this out. Oh, I gotta get over here and upgrade these. I have yellow inserters here and a fast. And I upgraded the machines, the pressure furnaces, but I forgot to update the outputs. Whoops. So anyway, yeah, I'm just trying to reduce the amount of trash that I'm burning here. That's the goal. Look at all this damn sulfur. Holy crap. That's how much I'm pulling out of those processes. Oh, another thing I don't want to forget about, this is very important. I redesigned the yards. Look at that. So I got a 4-lane intersection, or T, and this is input. It's a pass-through still. And this is the input for the other one, so the trains are opposite of each other. And I'm gonna take 2, I'm not, like this. So I'll have 2 yards per, so 4 total in a block still. And I'm gonna get away from this design here because I'm finding a problem. The ore processing here kind of brought this issue up where I'm taking up the whole block. So I got one, an input and output, and I'm taking all 4 sides. And this one here is only one side, and it's input output straight through. So I have this side and this side open, and that's what I've been doing is, I'm trying to load in, or I'm trying to bring the trains in from the right, sometimes the left, and because this will be shoved over, this is how much room there'll be between the intersection here. So I can even pop something in the center if I wanted to. Oh, and I redid this cursed rail here, finally. I have the coal dust on this side because I was snaking it over here. And I'm like, well, why am I doing that? And it was the first kind of like, I got to clean this up thing. So I got the coal pickup here and the coal dust here, and I'm just kind of popping off each way. So much cleaner, and it's on one side, whereas I had it on 2 sides before. So that's nice. Oh, and ammonium chloride. I built this. I forgot about it. So I just did it off screen here in between cuts. This thing is fast. Very fast. So I'm not worried about that. Oh, there's our salt. Okay. Kaboom. All right. And we got all our fluids there. I'll check that in a second. Now, this is the... This wasn't as bad as piping the copper one above, but it was still kind of tricky because there's 14. And I forgot to resolve an output, which is the slime. Or nickel overflow goes into these, right? So we got nickel overflow methanol. Then it kicks out nickel slime and tailings. And I forgot to resolve the slime. Well, here it is. Nickel slime plus xylenol gives out nickel overflow again. So I went down this way with the nickel overflow. See, it's going back in. Now, when I saw this, I go, okay, right away, we got to put an underflow valve on this because we don't want to run this nickel overflow and then it's going to block the pipe up because this is kicking out also nickel overflow here. Yep. So it's very weird. Well, it kicks out the slime and you process the slime back in. So we're after the nickel tailings in this case. Let's get this flowing here. So we got syngas coming in. There we go. And the Aerofloat. I think this is the last build for the Aerofloat. There's 2 or 3. I think Zinc has it. Or Zinc might have that red fluid. I don't know. I can't remember now. Now, so the stage 3 gets the tailings. Now, it's very interesting that these are 30-second crafts here. So that's why we get back to the 111 machines. And you notice that whenever we have centrifuges, of course, it goes up in time. So we got to have more of them. Some steam here. So 3. Stage 3. Oh yeah, this is where the ammonium chloride comes in, along with sand. So what I did is I got the sand belt coming in all the way over here. I'm a little concerned here because see, the trains are coming here for some reason. I don't know why they're favoring this. They're not going to the other builds that are way up north. So the problem is my sand casting's gonna get goofed up here. So I hope it balances out, but I don't know what's going on. I don't know why LTN keeps coming down here. It's really weird. Trains are acting weird. I've had some strange things going on lately. Ever since I updated the mods the last time, the whale with where you can name the whale and everything. Anyway, so let's go here. Okay, yeah, so this is the ammonium chloride, and it takes the tailings. Then, okay, there's aerofloat. We got stage 4. There it is. So 3 plus aerofloat, we get tailings, and stage 4. Stage 4 comes out, yeah. So now, stage 4 and chromium plus syngas is going to give us the... I'm thinking... Well, we got chromium up in the new build. So sand and sand, you know, sand cat... Well, it's going to be sand producing sand. Yeah, we'll see. So now we get this prepared nickel solution here. So we're spinning that out. We're getting the more tailings out of this. This wasn't too bad. I don't know why they go here. Why don't they go here and here? I don't know why they do this tight thing. So this one kicks out. This is the kick out here. And oh, and then the graphic. You can't see the pipes. It's kind of annoying. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll build it flip this way so I can see the pipes, but then I flip it this way. I don't know. I don't always do that, though. Okay, there's the syngas now. So this is the belt or the stuff I forgot. I was setting the combinator. Okay, there we go. And that's going to bring the chromium and the biofilm. Okay, fuel and this stuff here. So I decided to come out this way with this belt because I'm right in the center. And also, I think... Oh, yeah, I was trying to avoid these tanks here. I already had the underground here. So it kind of was awkward. I could put this here, now I think about it. So maybe I'll fix it, maybe I won't. I don't know, probably leave it. Okay, now we need the... once the... what is this stuff? The nickel pulp stage 4 to solution. Now we're biofilming it. And we're getting the high grade, finally. Direct insert, oxygen here, venting hydrogen, you know, because less trains. And then I got my tank, 10 grand, 1 train. And there we go. Oh, and last thing, borax. All right, folks, we're ready to flow this thing. I had a problem. Maybe I'll talk about this next episode, but I had a fish oil train trying to unload lubrication. And fish oil, this is so weird. I'm having trains delivering to places that are not, really shouldn't be requesting. So I had an aromatics train trying to unload, and the tank was full, the train's sitting there with still aromatics in it. It was at the lubrication build. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, why did this train even come here? So it backed up everything because it can't unload, so it starts sending more trains, and then the lanes get backed up. LTN is acting really weird, and I don't know what's going on. It just started happening. And then I had another problem where a nitrogen train was trying to unload, and I had the arithmetic combinator, so I redid the stop to just bring nitrogen, because I thought maybe it called it stupidly, or maybe there's something wrong with my logic, I don't know. And then I had raw gas, and a gasoline train was sitting there at the raw gas area. I don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, things are just going nuts. It's really frustrating because it just started happening when I was working on nickel here. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's fast. What is this? Oh, that's why it's only one machine. Okay, here we go. Now we got the grade 4 coming through here. And now we got our little... Oh, wow, these are fast too. This is the, what? Prepared nickel pulp. Okay. The air pressure... Pressurized air? Helmod's been having trouble with that too. There we go. These are 30-second crafts here. Yeah, 30-second. And we got 2 going. It's going to take a while for this to buffer up. Holy cripes. Because it's one machine. Well, this all takes a while. Okay, now the ball mills are starting to cook. Starting to flow. There we go. Ah, now we got some slime coming in. Oh, we got the xylem. Oh, yeah. We need 100. There we go. Slime. And nickel tailings is coming from here. There we go. Eat some sand, please. Please eat sand. Okay, now where are you? Why did it kick out? Oh, there we go. Now we got that. And then there. Okay, now we got the. Wow. Okay, what is this? These look slower than the other ones. So the next phase will be here. That's the prepared nickel. We need 300. Oh, it's 100 per. Okay. That's weird. It skipped over this one. Yeah, pipes are kind of funny sometimes. There we go. Now we got it. Now we got it. What are these kicking out? This is 100. Well, I mean, it's overall. You know, we need that much there. So 300 of that. Come on. Whoa. Yeah, so yeah, once this thing starts buffering up and these start cranking, it'll start moving along. There we go. I had some pipes missing. That's what I don't like about these with the graphic. They cover the pipe. And there we go. We got nickel. This thing is fast. Look at this thing go. 180 molten nickel. Over 3 seconds, so 60 a second. I guess I can get rid of this now here. Look at this thing. This is nuts. Ah, there it is. Crazy. All right, so this opens the door now to cast nickel plate and all that. Is this not connected? Probably not. Yeah, I see it. Gosh darn it. So here's this. Oh. There. Yeah, see, missing pipes. Sometimes when you're copy pasting, you know, it misses stuff, you know. There we go. So that's why. Because it's only running off of one machine. There we go. Hopefully that'll start firing this whole thing up. And we'll get some action going here. This is a really cool. I really enjoy the variances. You know, you don't want to just copy paste and then change the recipe. It's boring. You want to have some variance, you know. Now in metallurgy, each metal has a different chemical makeup, you know, because it's all chemicals and pressure and heat, you know, all that. I'm not a scientist or anything like that, but I do know a few things, you know, and I know that, you know, pressure, diamonds, right, you know, and heat, and you know, all the chemical makeups of things. And that's what's going on here. We're taking an ore, we're crushing it, getting the purest form of the ore, and then processing it into a dust so that we can mix it with chemicals. You know, we're processing it to get it more pure. Pretty cool stuff. So, anyway, I'll keep troubleshooting. Oh, we got sulfuric acid train coming here. Ooh, I might have to up some things here. Luckily, I got that sulfuric acid build in, huh? And I knew that was a problem, so that's why I worked on that first before we did all this other junk. Oh, the ash update here. Check it out. Look at this. 300,000, 338. So there you go. So it is, yeah. I mean, I'm producing no ash right now. Literally, this is off pretty much because of solar. See how it's blipping though. Yeah, we're getting something coming by. Yeah, I have the solar on right now. As you can see, it's 1.7 gig. I figured, what the hell, I can make the solar. I took the technology upgrade, I think, to make it, I think. I can't remember. Maybe it was something else. But it made the solar, yeah, I think it was lithium. You need lithium. I didn't even have it unlocked. So I wanted the solar because I'm like, well, I don't know about this power stuff here, you know, having coal power running all the time. Anyway. The acid gas, here it is right here. Yeah, see, I got a little bit left in there, 23,000. And you can see that I am getting some sulfuric acid out of here because this is all backed up. But I'd rather have more than not, right? Okay. Now, yeah, we'll have to keep, I'll keep an eye on this thing. Make sure it's all working. Got 12 grand. It doesn't, there seems to be something holding it back. So I'll troubleshoot this, and I'll let y'all know when I fixed. Oh, and I think I don't know if I mentioned, but yeah, I got the sand belt going all the way up here now. Now, there's another, I'm going to do maybe, I did push up here a little bit. I should have curved down and over. I wasn't thinking, but what I'm thinking, it's a good thing though. I'm going to do one more build here, probably niobium complex, because we need the niobium complex on the network as a molten. So, and I want to minimize the traffic here because it's getting a little bit crazy. We've got steel, iron times 2 really, and then we've got, you know, the copper, tin, chromium, now nickel, chromium. So I think what I'm going to start doing is building over here is the plan, because then I'm centrally located here where the sand is, so I can build over here and belt the sand to this spot here, or I can do another casting over here and go backwards into a casting, you know, a new casting area. That, yeah, I think that's what I'll do. But niobium complex, and I'm basing it off of this right here. Well, beryllium, it's aluminum, solder, and iron niobium. This one we need iron and niobium complex. So I don't know if I'm going to do it here. Oh, I did put a 4-lane intersection. I'm playing around with this right now. I might do some casting here. I don't know, because it's getting kind of tight. So I might reserve something small here. So maybe, you know, well, I'm going to have to do, let's see here. We've got the ferrite. Well, this doesn't need anything, but yeah, that needs casting. I want to move this one. That's the nickel, tin nickel. It's up here. So I want to move that together. This was just a temporary spot here. So I wanted to move that. Now, all the smelters that need the gasoline or fuel, that's something I want to keep together as well. So I'll have to plan that out. So something shut down. All right, I'll troubleshoot this sucker. We got nickel, though, and that's all that matters. I hope this train thing doesn't keep screwing up, because I've been finding trains unloading, and I don't know what's going on. I mean, I didn't update, nothing updated with LTN, so maybe there was a fluke with something and it caused something else, and it's hard to track what caused it, what was the root cause, because I got trains everywhere now. So, I don't know. Okay, I hope it's not a big problem. All right, well, we'll end it here. We got nickel. Oh, what's going on? Something jammed up here. Oh, my whale. Where's my whale at? Hey, you know what? We can find him. Oh, what are you doing, huh? What is it doing? Empty. Oh, I got this wrong. Wait a minute. Okay. Oh, well, that explains it. Let's do fill. We'll get rid of that. Go there. Okay. Then we got to get rid of that. Okay. So I think I screwed up something there. All right. I forgot to get the train going here. So I'm going to leave the whale running because I want to make sure that's working. All right. I'll end it here. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Next one, I think it's going to be niobium complex, so we can close some other ones out. All right. We'll work on that next time. Peace out.